July will be a very interesting month for Bitcoin. Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for all your birthday wishes and gifts. I'm running a little behind with my latest 3-month Bitcoin predictions, but I believe they will be ready the next few days. Now, if you recall, we had a challenge a few months ago to guess the price of Bitcoin on July 1st. But since I'm recording this before July 1st, I will be announcing the winner in my next video. But let's have a new challenge. Let's see who can predict the price of Bitcoin for October 1st. Leave your guess in the comments. The winner will receive a natal chart analysis, which for me is the most important chart in personal astrology. Like always, first let's have a quick overview of July and then we go to Bitcoin. The big news for July is that Uranus will enter the sign of Gemini after 84 years. Uranus, as you know, is the planet of innovation, sudden changes, and disruption. But it's also the planet of crypto. Anything on the cutting edge, actually. He is the ruling planet of Aquarius, which is a highly progressive and independent sign. Now, the sign of Gemini represents communication, education, transportation, mainly short-distance travel, trading and commerce. Over the next 7 years, we can expect big shifts and innovation in transportation, in the development of cars, and perhaps a new kind of energy. Big shifts are also in store into how we communicate and the educational system. On July 5th, Venus, the money planet, moves into Gemini, and the following days she forms positive angles with the outer planets Saturn, Pluto, and Neptune, which is very positive for the markets in general. On the 10th, there is a full moon in Capricorn. Both the sun and the moon form an auspicious angle with the lunar nodes, but also with the asteroid Juno. Juno, which is an asteroid, was Jupiter's wife in Roman mythology, and Juno represents partnerships, actually whom we partner with. This full moon shows a positive completion and ending, but also a new start. For many, it could mean a resolution in a relationship or the start of a new relationship, romantic, or it could also be a business partnership. This goes for everyone, but mainly for those born 2-3 days before or after July 10th and January 9th. On July 11th, the Sun will form a harmonious angle to the North Node. North Node represents our destiny, our purpose. Now, be aware of any events that occur in your life that day, because they're showing the way to your true purpose and destiny. Then from July 17 to August 11, Mercury, the planet of communication and trading, goes retrograde in the sign of Leo. During this period, the markets usually behave a bit strange. A lot of times the market change direction during a Mercury retrograde. On a personal level, it's not a great time to launch any important projects, and probably it's better to avoid any major, serious decisions. Nothing tragic is going to happen, but you might change your mind later. With Mercury retrograde, we often experience delays and miscommunication. You say one thing and they hear something else. But Mercury retrograde is not all bad. This period is an excellent time to revisit and improve any creative projects, or you can also make lifestyle changes that will bring you more joy into your life. Now, for the whole month, the planet of action Mars will be in Virgo. Virgo is a working sign. Virgo wants us to be productive, metaphorically speaking, of course, and get the job done. But with the Sun entering Leo on the 22nd of July, we will probably be in a mood to also have some fun and go out and play a bit. Well, I guess this is a time to balance responsibility and fun, responsibility and productivity with Mars in Virgo, and fun with Sun in Leo. They say nobody parties better than Leos. I think it's quite true. Then on the 24th, we have a new moon in Leo. The Sun and the moon are opposing Pluto, but also form a positive angle to Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus. Well, while this alignment may bring intense emotions, it's quite emotional with the Pluto opposition, but also mood swings. It shows a transformational new beginning. It is a good opportunity to express and share your feelings, guys. It will be for our benefit to try and release all hurts and emotions during the days of the full moon. This again goes for everyone, but mainly for those born around July 24, July 22nd, May 13, and November 14. So now let's look at Bitcoin. If you enjoy my video, I'd appreciate it if you press the like button. It really helps support my channel. I would like to remind you once more time that this is not a financial advice. If you like to know how will Bitcoin perform during the next 3 months, August, September, and October, you can order my 3-month forecast. For more information, you can get in touch with me. My email is in the description. As I've mentioned before, that I reduced the price of Bitcoin predictions by 50% to make it more accessible to anyone. You remember that I also offer personal readings and predictions if anyone is interested. Regarding the predictions of Bitcoin, please have in mind that there are many astrological aspects occurring every day, but I'm only mentioning a couple. Now, this month we have an unusual situation going on. I will try it and explain it in simple terms. On July 7th, when Uranus enters Gemini, he forms a harmonious aspect with Pluto, Saturn, and Neptune. However, at the same time, Uranus will be in a very challenging aspect, a square, a 90-degree square to Bitcoin's Venus. You can see that on your screen on the map. The red arrow points to Venus and Uranus square. Now, due to Uranus' slow orbit, we never had this situation before. It takes 84 years for Uranus to go around the Sun. And guys, I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out this situation, and I'm not totally sure how this will play out. Uranus' nature is very unpredictable, surprising, and disruptive. If it weren't for the positive angle, this challenging aspect could have had a really difficult impact on Bitcoin. And this situation will occur 2 more times, once in October this year, and 1 more time next year, late April and early May. Uranus will be again at 0 degrees of Gemini. Well, I believe it's probably not a good idea I believe it's a good idea to take my predictions with grain of salt this time. Now, from July 1st to the 4th, there are both positive and tense angles suggesting that the price may go up, but I believe not by much, or it could also go sideways. On the 5th, a correction is quite possible that may last for a couple of days due to Mercury's alignment with Bitcoin's south node. However, if there is a correction, I don't think it's going to be that bad due to Venus' nice aspect to Bitcoin's Pluto that's happening at the same time. Between the 7th and 11th, Uranus will form an exact square. I mentioned this before, it's a very challenging aspect with Bitcoin's Venus. During these days, and I mean from 7 to 11, I believe there will be a correction. Not only Uranus forms a tense angles to Bitcoin's Venus, but also Venus to Bitcoin's Mars. On top of that, the Moon forms challenging aspects during these days also. Plus, Pluto will be in a conjunction with Bitcoin's Mercury from around the 9th until the end of the month. These guys suggest the possibility of manipulation, well, especially from large institutions. Pluto has to do with large institutions, banks, everything that is big in finance. Between the 13th and 16th, things look better. During this short period, I believe the price will go up. After the 16th, Mercury will start its retrograde direction. And on that day, Venus forms difficult angle to Bitcoin's Sun. Plus, Mars will oppose Bitcoin's Uranus and conjunct Bitcoin's Saturn. Therefore, from the 16th until around the 26th, there are a few other challenging angles during this period that suggest another correction. Well, the good news is that on the 27th until the final days of the month, well, this short period again looks positive and the price, I believe, will probably go up. During these days, the Sun forms a positive angle to Bitcoin's Moon, and the last day of the month, Venus will be in a nice angle to Bitcoin's Venus. So that's it, my friends. I hope I won't disappoint you. Thank you for being here. Take care, bye, and see you soon.